Welcome to my 30-minute yoga class for finding calm in uncertain times. For this class, you'll need 2 blocks or a couple of thick books or something similar, your yoga mat and just some comfy clothes and yourself. Feel free to grab some water, and when you're ready, let's begin. I invite you to take a comfortable, easy pose. This may be cross-legged. If you'd like, you can place a block underneath your hip bones, or you can come onto your knees, placing a block in between your thighs and your calves. Wherever you are, just resting the hands on the knees and sitting up nice and tall. Make sure you are comfortable. Your hands can be faced down on your knees if you want to have a more inward practice, or they can be faced upwards if you want to receive energy from the world. Gently close down the eyes. This is a beginner's class, so most postures should be accessible by all. However, if you find yourself in too much discomfort or pain, please come out of the posture straight away. Always listen to your body. Wherever your body is at today is where it is supposed to be. In time, with practice and consistency, your body will begin to release and you will be able to go further in your postures. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. Start to notice the sensations of the rise and the fall of your chest. Notice how the air feels coming in through your nose, filling your lungs, and the warmth of the air as you exhale through your nose or your mouth. The breath is a powerful tool. Connecting to the breath allows you to connect to yourself, to your body, to your mind, whilst connecting to the present moment. Begin to deepen your breath. Allow the air to travel right down into the pit of your stomach, expanding your stomach, your rib cage, the whole of your chest, and then exhale everything out. During these uncertain times, we may feel anxious, worried, trapped even. You can use this practice to bring new life into your body. As you inhale, breathe in all the new oxygen, the prana, the life force. Allow it to circulate through your body. And then exhale all the stress, the anxiety, the worries, the stagnant energy, the trapped air. Release all of it out. I'd like you to set an intention now for this class, for the rest of the day, or even the week. And that intention is to start something new. This can be something as simple as being more mindful. It could be to start meditating or doing yoga every day or every week. Or it could be a new hobby that you wanted to start, or a new relationship that you wanted to work on. It can be anything. But set that intention for yourself now and really mean it. Keep that intention at the forefront of your mind throughout this class. I invite you to take a few more deep breaths in and out, keeping them smooth, slow, and mindful. Breathe with purpose. And whenever you're ready, gently open the eyes. Take a deep breath in, rise the arms towards the sky, and exhale, placing the right hand down and reaching the left hand over the body. Really stretching through the left side of the body, reaching as far as you can. Inhale to come up, hands come together, and exhale to the opposite side. Your gaze should be either towards the front of the room or towards the ceiling. Inhale to come up. We're going to take our humble arms, so taking both hands behind your back and clasping your fingers together. If you find it difficult to clasp, you can just touch each of your elbows with your hands. Inhale to open the chest, and exhale, release the body forward. Only go as far as your body allows. Reach the hands up towards the sky, pressing and straightening through the arms. Remember to breathe. Inhale to rise back up. Take a deep inhale, rise the hands towards the sky, and exhale, place your left hand onto your right knee. Your right hand comes behind, and as you exhale, gently twist and look towards the back of the room. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist a little bit further. Inhale to come back to center, and exhale, switching to the opposite side. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, twist a little bit further. Twists are great to release stagnant energy in the spine. Inhale to rise up, and exhale, hands come to heart center. We're now going to switch to our hands and knees. Your hands should be directly underneath your shoulders, and your knees under your hips. Pressing through the hands, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Inhale to look up as you lower your belly towards the mat. Exhale, round through the spine, looking towards your belly button. Again, inhale, lower the tummy, and exhale, round through, really pushing through those shoulders. Inhale, lower the tummy as far as it can go. Exhale, round, keep going. Inhale, lower. Exhale, round. One more, inhale to lower, and exhale to neutral. To take our thread the needle pose, so lifting the right hand up and threading it through underneath your left armpit, resting the shoulder on the floor and reaching your left hand forward, fingertips to the front of the mat. You can keep your forehead on the mat or your chin, depending on how your body allows you. Keep your hips over your knees. You should be able to relax into this posture, stretching out to the shoulder. Take a deep breath in and out, and then gently come back up. Going on to the other side, lifting the left hand up and threading it through underneath your right armpit, reaching your right fingertips towards the front of the mat. Remember to breathe here. Deep breaths in and out through the chest. Inhale to rise back up, placing your hands back onto the mat. Start to reach your hips back towards the back of the mat and resting them onto your heels. This is your child's pose. If you find this difficult, you can grab a block and place it in between the calves and the thighs. This should help it to stretch through more of the chest and less through the thighs. You can also place the block under your chest or your forehead if this is easier for your body. Child's pose is your safe pose. This is the posture that you can come to at any point during the class if you need a rest. Inhale to come back to tabletop and exhale as you release your hips towards the mat. Inhale as you reach back and exhale again as you come forward, releasing the hips down. Continue moving from one posture to the other, creating a fluid movement throughout the body. Use your breath with your movements. This time coming back to tabletop, tucking your toes underneath and then lifting your knees off the mat, pushing through the hands and pushing up into your downward facing dog. You can keep your knees bent here or start walking through the feet to gently straighten out those legs. Work on getting your heels closer to the mat, but you're always welcome to keep a bend in the knees. If you need to, you can carry on and rest your knees on the mat, or you can rest your forearms on the mat. The important thing is to try and keep the spine nice and straight, pressing your chest towards the mat, tilting the tailbone towards the sky. Inhale here and ripple your body forward into your high plank. Lower your knees, chest and chin all the way to the ground. Lift up into your baby cobra using your back muscles. You should be able to take your hands off the mat. Press into the hands, tuck the feet under, and then push up back through your tabletop and back into your downward facing dog, remembering to keep the knees bent if you need to. Start to walk towards the top of the mat. Lift up your chest, hands come to shins, look forward, lengthen the spine, and exhale as you fold forward, bending through the knees, creating contact with the chest and the thighs. You can place your hands on your calves or wrap them around your knees. Inhale to rise, hands come above the head, hands together, and exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, dive forward. This is our first sun salutation. Inhale, halfway to lengthen, hands come to calves, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back into your plank position, lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest off the mat. Exhale to tabletop, tuck the toes and push into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out here. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees and start to walk towards your hands. Inhale to halfway lengthen and exhale again, fold. Feel free to keep bending through the knees here. Inhale, rise up, hands come above your head and down to heart center. Sun salutations allow you to bring forth new energy. Remember your intention. Inhale, hands come up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into your plank position. Lower the knees, this time lower halfway, and then inhale, push up into your high cobra. Keep the elbows bent here if you need to. Exhale, tuck the toes under and push back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, rise the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot forward and step it in between your hands. The back foot should be placed at an angle. Inhale to rise the hands up. The front knee should be directly over the ankle. A nice bend in the knee. The hip should be square to the front of the mat. Shoulders down, head high. Exhale, place the hands on the mat, step the foot back into your plank position, lower the knees, chest halfway, inhale to cobra, keep the elbows bent, the hips glued to the ground, and exhale, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to rise the left foot towards the sky, bend the knee, and step the foot in between your hands. Plant the back foot at an angle and rise the hands up, hips towards the front of the mat. Deep breath in and exhale, place the hands back down, step back into your plank, lower the knees, chest halfway your chaturanga, inhale, cobra, and exhale through tabletop into your downward facing dog. Get comfy here, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, start to walk towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Inhale, rise the hands. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale to halfway lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank position. Lower the knees and chest, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, tabletop, and then downward facing dog. Inhale, now lifting the left foot up towards the sky, bending the knees and stepping through into the middle of your hands. Inhale to rise up, warrior one position. Inhale as you turn out to the side, the back foot edge parallel to the back of the mat. Arms come into a T. The front knee should be bent directly over the front ankle. Adjust if you need to. The hips should be open, squared to the side of the mat. Inhale, arms come back up, shoulders down, and look towards the front fingertips. Take an inhale and exhale, place the hands back on the mat, step back into your plank position, and push back up into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg towards the sky, bend the knee, and place the foot in between the hands. Rise up, warrior one. Inhale and exhale, turn the foot out. Make sure there's a nice bend in the front knee. The back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Shoulders down. Deep breath in and exhale. Hands come to the mat. Step back. Lower the knees. Chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under and push back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bend the knees, walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, big step to your plank position. Lower the knees and the chest halfway. Inhale, look forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Step the foot towards the top of the mat. Plant the back foot at an angle. Inhale to warrior one. Take another deep breath. And then exhale, turn the foot out to warrior two. Hips are open. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands towards the mat, but this time you're going to kick up and the back leg is going to come up into your warrior three. Keep the hips square down, the toes pointing towards the mat, and the chest nice and open. You can keep the hands on the mat if you like, or if you want to, you can lift them up back towards your hips into what's called an aeroplane. Keep your gaze in a spot in front of you for balance. Place the hands back down, bring the feet together, come into your forward fold, and then place the hands on the mat and step back into your plank position. Lower the knees, chest halfway to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, hips glued to the mat, and then tuck the toes under, tabletop, then downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky, step it through in between the hands. Plant the back foot at an angle. Inhale, rise up, warrior one position. Exhale, sink lower. Inhale, turn out into warrior two. Arms come into a T. Deep breath in, and then exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Kick the back foot up, parallel to the mat, toes pointing down. Keeping the hands on the mat or lifting them up into your aeroplane for balance. Keep your gaze on the mat in front of you. Deep breaths in here, hold this position. You can do it. and then exhale. Bring the hands back down, bring the foot to meet the front foot, and forward fold. Inhale, exhale, rise up. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, hands come up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, step the left foot back. Right foot comes across the body and place the shin down onto the mat. Your shin should be reaching towards parallel to the front, but it's okay if there's a bend. If your hips are high and you're finding this position difficult, you can place a block underneath your right hip. Untuck the back toes. Check that your back leg is aligned directly behind your hips in a straight line and that the foot is not sickled out. Make sure that your hips are square towards the front of the mat. You can stay here if this is comfortable. If you want to increase the stretch, take an inhale and exhale, fold forward. Make sure that you're not rounding through the spine. You can always fold onto a block underneath your forearms if that's comfortable for you. Take an inhale and exhale. Get rid of that negative energy that's stored in the hips, ready for new beginnings. Inhale, tuck the toes under and rise up back into your plank position. Exhale, bring the left foot forward, place the foot down and the shin onto the mat. Untuck the back toes, check that the back leg is directly jutting out from the hip. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Place a block underneath your left hip if you feel you need that support. You're quite tight through the hips. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, if you like, come down to your forearms or rest your chest over your knee. Remember to breathe here. This can become quite an intense posture, so please only take it as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale, send the breath to your hips, and exhale, release. Inhale to come back up, remove the block if you had one, and exhale, step back into your plank position and push up into your downward facing dog. We're going to hold this one just a little bit longer, remembering that you can always lower the knees and come into child's pose if you feel the need to. Remember to breathe here. Tailbone should be lifted towards the sky. Spine should be straight. Inhale, bend the knees, start to walk forward towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen, and then exhale, fold. We're going to hang out here in our forward fold for just a few breaths. You can wrap your arms round, keeping the knees bent, and then inhale, rise up, hands towards the sky, and then down towards the heart center. We're going to take our tree pose here, so grabbing your block and placing it next to you. You can lift the right leg up and place the toes on the mat, the heel at the ankle, turning the knee outwards. You can also place the foot on the calf, or you can place the block next to your left foot and place the right foot toes on the block, keeping that knee turned out. You can also, for a harder variation, place the foot on the inner thigh. If you need to for balance, you can come to the wall, placing your bum onto the wall and coming into your tree pose here. Wherever you are today, bringing that foot into position, keeping the knee nice and turned out. Inhale, rise the hands up towards the sky, hands come together, and exhale, hands come towards the heart. Your dristi, or your gaze point, should be at a point not moving directly in front of you. This will help you to balance. If you come out of the pose, don't worry, just come straight back into it. Balancing postures such as these allow us to set foundations for our new self to be strong and focused. Release the hands, release the foot, and we're going to come onto the other side. Again, placing your toes on the floor, the block, the calf, or the inner thigh. You should never place the foot directly on the knee as this can cause damage. Inhale, rise the hands up, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Focus your gaze on a specific point in front of you to help with your balance. If you would like, you can pause the video here to try balance for longer on each side. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands, release the foot. We're now going to do our half moon posture. If you are a beginner, it is easier to do this against the wall, but if you want to, you can always test your balance away from the wall. Placing the block in front of you, a couple of feet, face towards the block. Inhale, rise the hands up, and exhale, start to reach forward with your left hand towards the block. Your right leg comes off the mat behind you. The action that you want to take is to turn the hips out so that your toes are pointed towards the side of the room. Your hips are stacked on top of each other. Lift the right hand towards the ceiling. You can always keep the right hand down if you struggle for balance. Keep your gaze down towards the floor if you need more balance. If you want to, you can lift your head and look towards the side of the room. Breathe here. Now release the foot down and we're going to go on the other side. Placing the block in front of you again. Inhale, arms come up, and exhale with the right hand reaching for the block, the left leg comes up. Stack the hips, look to the floor or the side of the room. Shoulders should also be stacked on top of each other. Really open out. Don't be afraid to use the wall if you need it. This is a really nice position for your hips to really open them up using gravity to help. And exhale, release. Coming into the center of the mat, we're going to use our block, place it just behind us in between our legs, feet are nice and wide, toes pointed outwards. Exhale as you take a squat down, resting your bottom onto the block. Use your elbows to help push your knees out a little bit further so that they're not collapsing in on themselves. Keep your spine nice and tall, your chest open. If you feel it's accessible to you, you can always remove the block and have your feet flat on the floor. Hands come into prayer position in front of the chest. Breathe deeply in and out into the hips. Rock side to side if this feels nice for you. Deep breath in, place the hands, and exhale, lift the hips up. Walk the feet together and then take a seat onto your mat. Bring the soles of the feet together, place them on the mat in front of you, and allow your hips to open. You can place them a little bit forward if you feel like you need to. Lift the hips up and down to allow movement and blood flow to the hips, allowing them to open even further. Rock side to side if that feels nice for you. If you want to, you can take blocks and place them underneath your knees if you feel like you need support. Feel free to stay seated, spine nice and long, or if you want to, you can open the chest and exhale to lean forward. Bringing the forearms onto the mat if you can, or using the elbows to press into the calves to help open the hips even further. Try not to round through the spine. If you want to, you can rest your elbows onto a block. Breathe deeply here. Allow your body to relax into this position. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Inhale, rise back up, remove the block, place them both towards the top of the mat. Turn to the side, feet flat on the mat, reach forward, and then exhale, roll back vertebrae by vertebrae so that you're lying down. Bring the feet towards your bum, placing the heels down right next to your bum. Grab one of the blocks, place it next to you. Inhale, rise your hips up, pressing into the feet and the shoulders. Place the block underneath your sacrum. You may need to wiggle it around a bit to find a comfortable position, and then you can relax your body onto the block. There are different settings on the block, so you can try a smaller setting if that's more comfortable for you. Wherever you find is most comfortable, relax the hands down and breathe here. This is a nice supported bridge position. Allow gravity to do the work, stretching out your spine. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, take the block out, place it to the side, and then bring both feet up towards the sky, flexing the feet. They should be nice and straight. If you need to, place your hands underneath your bum, underneath your hips, and this can help to bring the lower back onto the mat. Stay here for a few breaths, allowing the blood to come back from your feet into your heart. This is a great posture for your health and well-being. Bring the legs back down. Bring the knees into the chest. Give your knees a big hug. Maybe rock side to side if that feels nice. Resting the head down. Holding both knees, maybe circling them, doing whatever feels good for your body. And then whenever you're ready, place one leg out, followed by the other. Place the hands down next to the hips. Maybe shimmy the shoulders back and down beneath you. And then come into your final posture, which is your Shavasana. Relax your whole body from your toes to your head, just focusing on the breath. If you want to, you can pause the video here, maybe grab a blanket or some socks, and stay in your Shavasana for longer, maybe around 10 minutes. If not, relax here until you hear a soft bell, letting you know that it's time to move. When you wake from this Shavasana, you will be revitalized, re-energized, and ready to start your new journey. Inhale, rise the arms towards the top of the mat. Bring the knees into the chest as you exhale and roll towards one side. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, inhale to rise up, back to your easy seated position. Place the hands on the knees, and then inhale, rise the hands up towards the sky, and exhale, hands come to heart, bow down and thank yourself for taking part today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Gently open your eyes. Namaste.